Hey everybody, so I'm just out for a walk with the dog and I thought I'd have this little conversation or do this video and talk about one of the questions I get probably asked the most at this time of the season, especially this season, and that is, do I think the Montreal Canadiens are done making moves for the off season? Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. I guess the real answer is, I don't really know. Of course, I'm not an insider, but I think the answer for me is, my opinion anyways, is this. We're about 3 weeks into, or I should say 3 weeks away from start of training camp. I think that Montreal is kind of playing a waiting game. I do believe that they're probably in those negotiations for Jack Eichel, because that's a position that they need, right? I don't think they addressed really the positions that they need to address, partly because I don't know that the players were out there in free agency for them to pick up. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons, because they're definitely, if you look at the free agency list, there wasn't really anybody that moved the needle. I think the guy that they got in Mike Hoffman, I definitely think he does move the needle somewhat on the power play. I think he's the guy they brought in to turn that power play up a notch. I think it's pretty simple. Is he the main guy that they need, that top line elite scorer? I don't think so. I think that's something they need to address, right? Either a first or a second line center, because I think that's the most pressing need for them. I think they have one in Nick Suzuki, who I think will end up being their number one center. But the thing here is Jesperi Kotkaniemi, KK, remains unsigned, 3 weeks away from training camp. Essentially, he's going to be their number two center. So are the Habs going to sign KK and actually go with that as their plan? So KK remains unsigned, 3 weeks away from the start of training camp. So, and the rumors abound about Jack Eichel. We had the one about Christian Dvorak from Arizona, possibly sending KK over there to get him. So that top one or two center remains a need that they haven't filled. I think a puck-moving defenseman that can play on your top line, or at least your top two lines, I think that's a need that they couldn't fill. I don't think it's for lack of trying, but I just think there wasn't the option out there. There was nobody out there on the free agency market. And listen, you know what? Teams with a top, like a number one or number two puck-moving defenseman, just like that top center, they're not going to be willing to move a guy like that too easily, if at all. So this is a problem. Who they brought in, David Savard, to basically replace Weber. Some of what Weber does, obviously not the offense. So there's that need for that the offense that was lost or is going to be lost this season with either Weber's retirement or him just sitting out all season. So that's something they've got to do. I think those are still their two big options that they need to address and they haven't addressed. Is the team a better team with the off-season moves of, I was getting to that. They brought in David Savard, as I said. They brought in Cedric Paquette as a fourth line center, maybe a guy sitting in the press box a lot of the time. They brought in Chris Weidman, basically for me a seventh defenseman. They brought in Matthew Perreault. And I don't know, will Perreault be a regular winger on the fourth line? Will he not be? I don't know. It's hard to say. Now I'm blanking on who the other guy is that they brought in. So it still left them with the needs that I think that they had to start the off season, right? They had that need of a puck-moving defenseman, top line, second line center, elite level kind of guy. Guy that's going to put pucks in the net, points on the board. They didn't address that. This is what I think actually Montreal's doing. And I don't think that they have much choice. And I think teams that are looking for players of that kind of quality to address specific, needs on the roster are doing is once training camp comes in and it gets started, teams are going to have a better understanding of their team, what they have, any injuries, any kind of needs that they're going to have. And I think that's when the opportunity to make a deal will be there. So I think kind of Montreal might be hoping that come this time, like we're looking at 4 weeks from now. And Bergevin is not shy to make a deal at training camp. I believe that's where Max Pacioretty for Tatar and Suzuki was done. And I think another trade too was done. So he's not shy to trade at training camp. I think with the players that are here on the roster, it kind of seems like there's an abundance of wingers, especially when Paul Byron gets back, that I think they're kind of, I think they're going to make a move in training camp, or they're going to stay with the team that they have and hope for the best. This is clearly not a better team than they had in the finals last season, that's for sure. So I think it's a team that's going to struggle to make the playoffs. The team that they have right now, they're going to struggle to make a wild card spot. I think there's going to have to be a team that might be ahead of them that's going to have to either have an injury-plagued season or just not fulfill the expectations that their fans or the pundits and all that have for them. And then maybe Montreal has plays beyond their what's the term for that? Montreal just plays above their talent level and has a great season, and then that could. But I see them struggling to get into the playoffs, struggling to get a wild card spot, and possibly more than likely even being that fifth team in the division and just missing out. So I hope that's not what happens, but I don't think they got better at this point in the off season. So yeah, I think Montreal is basically looking for, I think they're working hard trying to make a deal, probably talking every day to GMs all across the league and trying to work something out to deal-wise. Oh, here's another aspect of it, right? Montreal's got like, what, $5.8 million left in salary in cap space. Getting anybody of the caliber that I'm talking about, they don't have enough money, so somebody's going to have to go the other way, somebody with a significant type of salary, which you got to think is not one of the new guys they just picked up this year or last season, because you don't want the free agents of the future thinking, wow, Montreal signs their free agents and then might trade you away. That's not a good way to get guys to come here. So, you got to figure it's a guy like Paul Byron. It might be a guy like, I kind of think it's got to be a guy like Drouin because of the salary, the amount of money that can free up. So, it'd be interesting to see what is going to happen. But that's my thoughts. I think we're looking at, if there's a move, it's going to be probably training camp time. Yeah, I wanted to add, I know a lot of people have been telling me about Ryan Poehling, that I left Poehling out of the my lineup projection. But if you did watch it and paid attention, just at the beginning, I said that it was based on the roster as it stood that day that I was doing the... So Poehling wasn't on their active roster. Do I think Poehling has a shot? I do. I think Poehling has a shot I don't know where to play. I don't know if it'd be the wing or at center. So I just wanted to say that I left him off for a reason, and it wasn't because I'm stupid, which I am. But I mean, that's not the reason, or disrespect to Ryan Poehling. Just a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Me acting like an idiot. On the Jack Eichel front, I think that probably Bergevin is working on that. I would think there's a lot of general managers working on that, trying to make a deal and trying to get Buffalo to come down in their offer. I would think that's what's holding up a deal for Jack Eichel. So I think if you're going to see Eichel move, it's going to be in training camp. I think it's going to go right down to the end. But I mean, anybody thinking that Bergevin's not working every day trying to make deals, I think you're wrong. Just that we never find out or never, hear about the deals that don't happen, really. So this was fun. I'm glad I got a video done. All right, there you go. That's it. It's a wrap. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You think Montreal's going to make a move? You have any idea who? And if so, just let me know in the comment section. And yeah, thanks for watching.